Hi Virgo, and welcome to your October 2023 read. All right, let's get started. This read is for Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. All right, one more shuffle. And let's see what's going on. Okay, we're ready. Let's go. Okay, so things are now in progress. I'm hearing progress, moving forward, no more stalling, changing your ways. What you believe to be true has changed over the course of time. I feel that this card makes me feel like there's something underneath. Wow, look at this. Oh my God. Changing your ideals about how you feel with regards to they're saying spirit versus religion, spirituality versus religion, and you're rising up and leveling up to having a huge epiphany. Okay, they're saying it's a huge epiphany where the stall was in, maybe you needed, Virgo, to make some decisions, right? And the decisions that you were making were based upon, is it really about the right thing to do? Or is it about how I really feel atonement, right? Atonement, retribution, and choosing to believe not necessarily what you used to think, but almost a merging of the two, knowing that we are one. Okay, bottom of the deck. That was okay. So when we love comes in many shapes and sizes. Love comes through forgiveness. Love comes through grief. Love comes through loss. Love comes through in so many ways to show us the way. So if there has been, for some of you, because they're saying it, Spirit's saying, if there has been an ending of any kind in your life, you are experiencing a whole new dynamic of energetic love that you've never experienced before. Let's see what this encapsulates, because I feel it's like you have gone to great lengths to either research, talk about it with your close-knit family and friends. I mean, you have the eagle, and the eagle is going that way because you've already learned about something, decided something, ended something, decided that you're not going to wait any longer. You're going to make a decision, and that's it. And that decision is based upon sacred love of the highest order. Virgo. So let's get deeper into the storyline of what appears as the most beautiful. Like, one could travel the four corners of the universe and never find love until they do. And that means that it has to come from within and then without. It has to come from within. Be that any kind of experiences that you have been going through. You've been choosing to see the value of what and the levels of understanding of not just how love comes through, right, our body, but our soul. Okay, Virgo. So you get this amazing news about how it is that you have changed so dramatically about love. Look at this. Wow. Oh my gosh. Look at this. I think your whole dynamic of what you value, who you value, how you value, doesn't just change. Everything has changed. The way that you have experienced love, felt love, tasted love, been in love, fallen out of love, and realized the sacred love that remains, that we value the most, of the highest order. I mean, you're leveling up in so many ways. Spirit's showing you the way. I mean, hello. Absolutely. Okay, this is how that went. All right. And you're celebrating this. Oh, sorry. You're celebrating this because you've been through it. Obviously. Something got cut out. Someone got cut out. You found out information about something and or someone or people or family, whatever. Let's continue. But it's not to say that you still don't love, just in a different way. A Gemini, Libra, Aquarius perhaps expresses a deep truth within you, within your lineage, within your soul's heart space of someone maybe who really knows you very well. A Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, look at this. You're not only feeling, this doesn't have to be an external. If they are external, it's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. If this is about cutting someone out of your life, but you realize through that cutting out of someone, maybe because they fell out of love, you fell out of love, your mind and your emotions are being not only exposed, they're saying, but you're feeling things that you've never felt before about how you can literally keep people in your life or let them go and still feel this immense connect. Like no matter what. No matter what you decide or have decided or are deciding, it is about the energy that pulls you into higher ground. Someone could have made an ultimatum. Look at that, Ten of Pentacles. Did you, Virgo, choose loyalty within a family structure of commitment? Are you the father? Is this a daughter? Or is this someone, are these people, let's find out who these two energies are. Because one speaks of the mind that you already have either cut out or realized that something had to end in order for you to be free to make the decision that makes you realize the sacred love that is most important in your life, that brings you the highest value. You've chosen, Virgo, loyalty over looks. That's what they said. Okay, who's the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, please? There you are, reversed. And that's the choice that you made. You made a choice to not entertain love with someone that may just, I'm going to ask what the choice was before I go further. You cut out a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio because the choice to be alone, the choice to have loyalty above all, it trumps everything. Loyalty. And I'm going to tell you, you went through a series of energetic emotions, being literally illuminated almost in every chakra of your body. That's why you're leveling up. You got every chakra from the base to the crown, right? As above, so below. Have you gone through every option, dissolution, atonement, retribution for the love that you truly want in your life now after, in the grand scheme? I don't want to pinpoint. It's not about the years. It's not about the years that you give to another person. It's about the love that gives us the understanding through wisdom. That sacred love, committed love, family love is truly the love that you've realized is the one that makes you soar. It trumps every other kind of series throughout, which is good looks, lots of money, big house, lots of cars. All of those material values literally got cut out because you've realized over the series of people that you've encountered over time that the only love that stands the test of time is the one that comes with loyalty. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ooh, hiding a secret. Ooh, I love it. Okay, what's the I feel someone already knew and wasn't telling you that they knew. A Gemini, Libra, Aquarius already knew what you've been going through and how you were going to choose, if you had to choose, I mean, there's Two of Pentacles there. If you had to choose between two people, you chose the highest order of sacred love and loyalty over, let's just say maybe, someone who looks good, has lots of money, and someone had to get very real about whom they love. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius knew a secret that was not exposing that secret to you. The secret probably is that maybe someone, okay, it could have been Virgo, it could have been as simple as you get, you saw your first, it's kind of like you saw your first, I don't know, your first car that attracts you. I don't know, I'm using car as an analogy, of course. It's a vehicle. It's the vehicle that looks so good. It's new, it smells good. It's just, it makes you, you sit in the car and these leather seats are so cozy and comfy and everything is just perfect. But it doesn't have the same value as that vintage car, convertible, I don't know, convertible or one of those vintage cars, 19, I don't know, 40s, 50s, I don't know. They're wanting me to use the analogy of cars. I don't know, convertible Camaros. And you're like, wow, this new car is frappin' amazing. But that vintage car has lasted and through everything I've ever been through. If you have dogs, they are your children, and of course part of your family. Of course, we have the eagles. You have two eagles. So you really have come around to realize what's really important in your life. You found the courage, the strength. Your angels were helping you. Seals, something about sealing a deal. The deal's been sealed if it's an ending. Anyway, let's go back to Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because I feel that you decided that you didn't want that new car, that new brand spanking G-Wagon, because you really realized that that vintage Camaro has never let you down. A Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, as difficult as it has been to be very quiet about knowing things over a series of time, knowing things about you, Virgo, and trying to, some have repressed so much. A Gemini, Libra, Aquarius may have repressed so much feeling about knowing stuff that you have been going through in love, and how you have had to, one by one, in terms of love of being in business, love in your career, love of the people that surround you, your family, your close circle of friends, and realizing that Libra, Aquarius has been through everything and everyone that you had to, it's kind of like bury the hatchet. They had to do it. They didn't want to tell you. They didn't want to give you an ultimatum. So they just stick around until you get through, Virgo, the things that you get through, that you have to get through. It's love of the highest order. Let's go with the Knight of Cups. Look at that. And this came out, it was coming out with it. Someone did not want to end a relationship. Could be Leo, Aries, Sag, or Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Someone has had to turn their back on what looks good, what smells good, you know, sex. I'm just going to put it, I'm just saying, it's more, the issue of what someone looks like on the external. I'm not saying you don't love a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Leo, Aries, Sag, Virgo. I'm not. But I am saying that you were given tests time and time again. And through the test of time, realized that what really matters to you is the sacred bond of loyalty. I'm not trying to throw shade on any other signs, but if you are watching the Virgo and you are a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sag, you're realizing that you had to bury the hatchet. And you had to cut someone out because it was not fulfilling and, you know, checking off all the boxes. Just because someone looks good, tastes good, feels good, and then what happens? I mean, this is the ultimate test of which I tell my clients. Whoever has called me knows that I always say, take sex out of the equation, and what do you have? Do you have trust, loyalty, compassion, good communication? Are we on the same page? One more card here for the World reversed and the Knight of Wands reversed. Look at that. Virgo had to turn their back on toxic codependency of what looks great on the outside isn't always the real deal on the inside. And after some time, someone realized that no matter what, this was a test of your resolve, whether you were able to rise above and take care of a situation that no longer was for your highest good. Spirit, the Chariot. You might have encountered, or you might have gone back to a love, back to someone that it posed as love of the highest order, but it was truly just sex, lust, feels good, tastes good, but it's not the endurance of going through the pains of love that this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius has been through. So this is where you are at. And I'm going to tell you, Virgo, you've been going through this for years. Whoever I'm reading for, and this resonates, whether you want to admit it or not, we're talking like decades. Perhaps a decade or two. Because we have a wise father figure now that had to go through a whole hell of a lot. Ooh, I was going to say heck. They wanted me to say hell. You've been through hell and back. Because this is not easy to sever within your own mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. Ten of Pentacles, please, for Virgos. What to do? Oh my gosh, what to do? I have so many mixed feelings. I have so many mixed feelings, but I do realize that when the heart speaks to me, it's about the fulfillment, which is a 7-7. You have 2 7s. Right? When the heart speaks, the truth comes out about what really matters to you, about who checks off all the emotional boxes. And the answer is loyalty. That Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's go to the, no, they want 7-7. They want me to get one more card for the Ten of Pentacles and 7 of Cups for Virgo. Can't get away with it anymore. And guess what? It's a 7. Seven, 7, 7. 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords, and 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands is missing. Why? Because it's not a matter of taking any more action here. Everything's been done. It's signed, sealed, and delivered that your choice and or spirit intervened and said, you know, you can't get away with that stuff anymore, because a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is very aware of what happens at night. The shadow self. The shadow self shows itself in, right? The light is behind. And this is upright. So we have 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and 7 of Swords. Virgo, I don't know, but I'm going to say some of you thought you could maybe pull it off and get away with it, but Spirit intervened and said, you know, you got to decide, is it going to be this or is it that? Are you going to fall for the addictions? Are you going to continue the masquerades? Or are you going to atone? I mean, this is not going to apply to all Virgos, but this is so deep that whomever this does apply to, this is a massive cutting and severing ties Let's go to the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, who knew the secret, hasn't said anything about it, trying to bury the hatchet, knows each sword and cup, every person, place, and or thing that you, Virgo, chose to entertain. The Gemini, Libra, Aquarius knows about it and maybe said a few things here and there to you, but never verbally gave you an ultimatum. But ultimately, the love of someone else has been etching off of their heart space. Even though they've been there through thick and thin, they're loyal. It could be a wife, it could be a husband, it could be a long-term live-in, but it still etches, it's like chipping off from every experience that this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius went through. Him and or her heart space literally started changing. Let's go to the Seven of Swords back again, because we need to, I feel it needs to be rectified somehow. 3, third party, there it is. These doves feel like they're being freed. She's naked, and she has the white robe or cloak or whatever you want to call it, sheath or whatever of truth. And look at the water that is like it's so emotional. It's overload. I want to say you didn't want to end it. I do feel it was you. Or someone else said, I can't continue this masquerade. 3 of Cups. Someone could be married. And if it's not, someone decided that the loyalty of what one believes to be commitment is trumps, like I said, trumps everything. Someone did not choose the third party because they couldn't get away with it anymore. I'm sorry, Virgo. 4 and 3 is 7. You have 7, 7, 7. We have 3 sevens, which is good luck, good fortune, and a series of what is it? And a series of events. A series of events that happened over a decade or so, or two, that dictated how you really did have to close this door. Whether you wanted to or not, Spirit intervened here. And I know I've said this before to Virgos. I feel that now it's totally cut out. I need a card on the Knight of Swords, please. There you go. The ego of what? The ego of temptation. Some of you were really close to getting caught, or you did get caught. I need a couple more cards on the Tower. Did the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius find out about it? There was a decision, so someone could have feasibly, because the 2 and the Knight become 3 swords. So let me tell you, someone saved you. You have been saved not only by spirit realm, but someone saved you from making the wrong decision. I don't know, maybe, you know what, Virgo, maybe you were really close to sticking with this and losing it all. Losing it all. Maybe this was the closest call that ever happened over the course of, years. I'm sorry, I don't know who I'm talking to here. But you realized that you have to start a brand new spanking life. With someone whom you have a very close-knit connection and has stood the test of time. Has stood with you the test of time. Okay. Let's get a card on the Hierophant, please, for Virgo. Spirit intervened and said, what's it going to be? That's a 10. So, and that's an ace. And 10 of... So you have 111, all new beginnings, because you finally cut out a third-party situation, and as difficult that was to change yourself. It had to be done. You had to cut someone out because you knew that sacred love, toxic love, are not the same, obviously. But you had to learn this, and that's why this is so deep. I mean, I couldn't even understand where it was going until I saw the third party of Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or what did we say? Leo, Aries, Sag. Okay, the World card, the end. Knowing that it's the end. I mean, even look at some of you Virgos really had a hard time taking that pentacle and saying goodbye. Taking your heart out of the equation was very difficult. That's like, right? That's what they're saying, Dark Horse. Katy Perry. You had to take your freedom back, and you didn't want to. Some of you have been in a long-term commitment that you are stuck and can't get out of. And that's why you had to say goodbye to someone and end it. Leo, Aries, Sag, there you go. It could be, like I said, it could be a sun, moon, and or rising. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Leo, Aries, Sag. You can see the fire. You got out just in time, but you're also, you got your head down, and you got your head down here. The shame, the grief is much difficult. It's much too much to bear. Okay, so where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Ooh. Wow. I feel, I'm talking to some of you Virgos who are going through it for real in atonement. Mind you, the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, I feel, is the one that you said you had to make a decision who was going to stay and who was going to go. Atonement. There you go. Sometimes the heart wants what the heart wants, right? So emotionally, it's really sad. You know, it's sad, Virgo, because so many marriages or so many committed relationships that have been around for years, they've been true and loyal and, oh my gosh, but it becomes very complacent and dull, you know. Sometimes you just want a new car. And when you're already committed to that vintage car, getting a new car makes the ego happy, but not the soul. So we must go on and grieve. I feel like there's grief here. There's shame, there's grief. It's not, you know, the heart will, this person will always be in your heart. But it wasn't going to be the committed relationship that you wanted or are in. So those of you who are just live-in situations and you found someone on the, you know, a third party came in, you saw someone and said, oh my God, I have to be with that person. If you did go with that person, whatever, but you knew that it couldn't last forever. Saying goodbye is, they're saying goodbye is such sweet sorrow. This is truly bittersweet. The lover. Saying goodbye is such sweet sorrow. I don't know. I can pull more cards, but the storyline does remain the same. I'll take one more for Virgos. I'm so sorry, Virgos. But you had to take that pentacle and go back to what you truly value. Let's go ahead and just, I feel really bad, but you had to go. You took your holy grail of sacred love and said, okay, I'm going to have to change the type of love that I feel. Love lost, love loyalty, committed. So commitment love, committed love of the sacred kind. Love lost. Love returns in different form as creating through the love of how we serve and whom we serve. So going back to, just focusing and honing in on creative love now. Seven, oh my God, this is the Seven of Wands. But it's reversed. So no more needing to, no more going back. Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. You have come full circle to realize the error of your ways. And the only reason I'm saying this, I feel that this is part of your learning of the highest order on a soul level, is because you're reversed back here, down here. You couldn't maintain a relationship with someone who might have been very different from you. The car looked great, but it didn't run like that vintage car. So you've learned. Now, for some of you, it's a father, daughter, and or son experience of, this had to get cut out so that your lineage would be able to rise again. It was about hanging around in limbo, changing how you feel, and looking at the situation from a way different place of knowing what you had to do was going to be one of the most difficult things that you ever had to do, and that's cut someone out. So it took a while to do. So you have all 4 sevens in this read. So know that you were guided by spirit to gain the strength, the 4 corners of the universe, the strength. Spirit guided you. You got the courage. You leveled up, and you cut out the toxic people, places. It is a toxic third-party situation that had to get cut out because three's a crowd. I'm so sorry, Virgo. I don't know what to say to you. We've been going through this back and forth literally, whoever I'm talking to, this has been a situation where you've gone back and forth for, probably up to 10 years, if not more. you notice the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups is your final destination, right? Maybe someone gave you an ultimatum that you're committed to because they hinted around. I don't think they literally gave you an ultimatum that was, if you don't stick with me, you know, I'm going to take you to the cleaners. But I feel for whoever I'm talking to already knows and knew you've been in this relationship and committed to someone for a long time, and they know you. So they held back and went and experienced through every pentacle of those 7 of Pentacles. They went through it with you and supported you through your transgressions. Myth. What you found to be true is not the myth that love shows itself in any way toxic. That's not a myth. The truth is that you can think all you want that life hands you those people that look really good, smell really good, have lots of money, etc. But that's the myth. And that's the way the ego tries to keep everyone in codependent relationships, obsession, desire. It's not like it's a bad thing to have the desires, but it's also a situation where the earth plane, when you commit to sacred love, the lovers get, you see, the lovers, a lover must go, because that's not sacred. None of this is sacred. This is all toxic, codependent, obsession, desires of the flesh. That's why for me as a reader, the lovers is not a 2 of Cups moment. It's a, you look really hot. And I could seriously fall in love with you. That's the ego. That's your fear. That's the devil. The fear of letting go of all that is very difficult, especially if it looks good, smells good, tastes good, and all that. But that vintage car still looks good. You keep it up really well. They keep themselves up really well. They're loyal as ever. Something in your world became the myth that became the myth of the error of your ways. Sincerity. Someone said, okay, I know you, Virgo. I know you really well. I've been through every situation of toxic behavior that came from your ancestors. This person knows you really well. Realized there was a pattern probably for many years. And realized that under the guise of, if you think about it, you know, a myth is not part of mythology only when it becomes sincere and not when it becomes a desire. Do you get that? The gods were so beautiful, were they not? They looked so beautiful. All the gods and goddesses look so beautiful in Greek mythology, say. But we don't know anything as to what on the earth plane the gods would have done. Would the gods be loyal on the earth plane? Is that where the shadow meets the light? Oracle, the Tower. So this has already been written in the Akashic records, in your blueprint, whatever you want to call it. This was something that you Virgos had to go through and establish this time, this lifetime, in order to cut all the crap out from, you know, the experiences of the flesh versus the sacredness of the spirit. One card for Virgo. Freedom. You freed yourself, Virgo, for sure. This is the 11th house. So, right? The unusual, unexpected ways that spirit made this happen was so that they could save you, ultimately you saving yourself. Freedom, your circle of friends, and understanding that your hopes and wishes were not part of the myth, but part of the sincerity and loyalty of someone who stands the test of time. It's bittersweet. Okay. I'm not trying to throw shade, because I too am being very sincere as a reader to all those Virgos that this resonates with. I do send you so much love. And to all of you whom at one point of your lives and one time of your life chose what looks good over a loyal friend and trusted love. Soul sacred love is where we free ourselves from this. The chains that bind. You have freed yourself. This is an amazing feat. No doubt. Have a great month, and I am here for you if you need me. Take care.